Now for our fourth teller, Shilpa Mehta. It's early in the morning on Thursday morning in India. Shilpa is known as Shilpa Story Rack in storytelling circles. She's a passionate storytelling enthusiast committed to creating a positive impact and spreading joy through the magic of storytelling. Shilpa loves to tell stories in Hindi and English through her YouTube channel, Shilpa Story Rack, with audiences from small children to adults. Shilpa has performed on national and global platforms and is the reading champion for storytelling sessions with Pratham Books under the One Day, One Story campaign in Jaipur, where she lives. Her fictional woven stories, retold folk tales, have found their way in various anthologies. Shilpa likes the bumbling and innocent performances of Laurel and Hardy, converting simple everyday situations into disastrous tangles. Please welcome Shilpa Mehta with Smart Jack.
Thank you so much, and good morning, good evening to everyone from whichever part of the world you are joining. Well, it's a beautiful morning for me in India, and I'm all set for the morning. But what about Jack? Oh, that lazy Jack who lived with his mom, whose mom weaved yarns and sold in the market to make their living. Curious to know whether Jack was also working? No, no, no. He was a lazy lad. In the summertime, he would just go and lie down in a field to watch the clouds drifting by and just daydream. In winter, oh, he would be there in their tiny cottage and lie close to the fire, watching his mother as she worked, spun, weaved. And one day she said, Jack, Jack, I want you to go out and get some work done today. Well, okay, see you, Mom. And off he went. He walked and he walked and he walked and he reached a farm. He asked the farmer, have you got any work? And the farmer said, oh, yeah, yeah, come in, come in. Jack worked for the farmer all day. And at the end of the day, the farmer gave him a coin. Yes, a big shiny silver coin. Oh, Jack was so happy. It was the first money he got. Yeah! Oh, I've got money, I am rich. I've got money and I am rich. Oh, Mama's going to be so proud of me. And as he was walking, he had to go across a little stream. He was happily crossing the stream and singing, and oops, the coin fell into the stream. And it was a very fast stream of water, and he couldn't see the coin anywhere. When he told his mom what had happened, she said, oh, no, you silly boy. You should have kept the coin in your pocket. Then you wouldn't have lost it. Oh, yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Mm-hmm. Well, the next day, his mom sent him off to work again and get right. So he went to a herdsman and asked the herdsman, have you got any work? Oh, yeah, yeah. Come in, come in. I want you to look after my herd of cows. Oh, yeah. That's easy peasy. And Jack worked for the herdsman the whole day. At the end of the day, the herdsman gave him a jug of fresh cow's milk. Jack thanked the herdsman and took that jug of milk. And then he remembered what his mom had said. Right, yeah. So I have to put it in my pocket. Yes. So he squashed it in there and started walking home. And as he was walking, the milk splashed, sloshed, and soon his whole shirt was sopping wet with milk. When he got home and mom saw this, oh no, you silly boy, why did you put that jug in your pocket? You should have carried it on your head. yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Well, the next day, the mother sent him off again to look for work. And off he went. He reached a farm and said, excuse me, do you have any work for me? Oh, yeah. Come in, come in. Just help me to keep these cream cheeses up on my wagon to take them to the market. Jack did that. They went to the market and sold those really good cream cheese. At the end of the day, the farmer said, oh, there's just one cream cheese left. And he gave it to Jack. And Jack thought, what did mom say? Ah, yes, to carry it on my head. And so he put that cream cheese on his head and he started walking and walking. The sun was shining and the solid cream cheese began to melt and started dripping on his face. When he got home, his mom had one look and said, oh, no, you silly boy, you should have carried it in your hands. Oh, yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Well, the next day he went to the baker. Do you have any work for me? Yes, of course, there's lots of work to do. Jack worked for the whole day in the baker's shop. And at the end of the day, the baker gave him, uh, no, not a loaf, but a tomcat, a male cat. What did mom say? Yes, to carry it in my hands. So he carried the tomcat, but the tomcat didn't like to be held, and with its sharp claws, it began to scratch and scratch and scratch Jack and leapt out of his hand. Poor Jack, he came home nothing except lot of scratches on his arms. When his mom heard everything, she said, oh, no, you silly boy, you should have tied it with a string and pulled it along. Oh, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Well, the next day he went to the market to the butcher shop. Excuse me, Mr. Butcher, is there any work for me? Yes, of course, there's lots of work to do. So he worked for the whole day at the butcher's shop. And at the end of the day, the butcher gave him a beautiful piece of meat. And what did Jack do? Exactly what his mom had asked him to do. So he tied the meat, that lovely shoulder of mutton, and began to drag it along the road. And by the time he got home, that beautiful piece of mutton was mangled and muddy, mucky, and inedibly yucky. And the moment his mother saw this, oh no, you silly boy, you should have carried it on your shoulder and then we might have cooked it for dinner. Oh, yeah. Sorry, mom. Why didn't I think of that? Well, the next day, he went to a washerman to look for some work. He worked for the whole day, and at the end of the day, the washerman gave him a donkey. And he thought, wow, my mom would be so happy when she sees that I have come home with a donkey. She'll be able to pack all her things and take them to the market on donkey. So easy. I have finally done something right. And what did mom say? Remember? Yes, to put it on his shoulder. So he puts the donkey on his shoulder and started singing. And as he was walking home that way, he passed the house of a rich merchant. Now, this merchant had a daughter who never laughed. And he announced that he will marry his daughter to the man who will make his daughter laugh and get half his fortune. So lots of men tried to make her laugh, but none of them succeeded. Now, when Jack was passing his house, his daughter saw Jack with a donkey on his shoulders and singing. As he got closer, she could hear that he was kind of singing to the donkey because the donkey was going ee-aw, ee-aw, and the man was imitating it ee-aw, ee-aw. Oh, you are coming home with me ee-aw, ee-aw. And mom's going to be so happy. Or when she sees you and me and my donkey. Or she had never seen such a silly thing. A man carrying a donkey over his shoulder and singing to a donkey. Soon she began to smile and then she began to laugh. When the rich man saw this, he called Jack. Well, young man, I had promised that the man who will make my daughter laugh will marry my daughter and will also have half of my fortune. Put that donkey down. So Jack puts the donkey down and looked at the girl. But oh no, the donkey ran away. Well, but I have to take something home. Otherwise, mom will be very cross. So he picked up the girl, swung her around his shoulder because that's what mom had said. When his mother saw her son carrying the girl on his shoulder, she said, "Oh, no, you silly boy, you shouldn't be carrying her on her back." Jack let the girl down and told her mother everything. "Oh, so you should hold her hand and kiss her." "Oh, yeah. Why didn't I think of that?" So Jack kissed her and began to sing. Some say I am a lazy boy, but I am a lucky Jack, for I will have this pretty girl who's riding on my back. She says her name's Mackenzie, but I like to call her Mac. Her father's gift for the wedding is 50 lakhs. Mother, don't worry, we will get a house and leave this shack. And when we get married, I'll be the luckiest, jolliest Jack. And when he finished singing the song, Mac roared again with much more loud laughter. Later, they got married, and I'm glad to tell you that they lived happily ever after. Thank you.
How delightful, Shilpa. I laughed all the way through that. That was so lovely. Thank you so very much. All
Thank you
right.
for having me.
Great.